The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and welcome. I'm Rex Litter with the news. In this edition, China hailed as PNG's largest trade partner. South Korea company wins key Papua LNG contract, and dual code player bags chiefs in NRL. Thirteen firms comprising both government and private institutions were announced as anchor sponsors of the inaugural PNG China Business Forum and Trade Expo, set to take place October 19th to 21st in China. The forum is expected to attract 1,500 to 2,000 investors from both sides.
The landmark PNG China Business Forum and Trade Expo marks 50 years of bilateral ties and trade between Papua New Guinea and China. The sponsors of the event were announced by Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, at Hilton Hotel in Port Moresby, Wednesday. The sponsors are BSP Financial Group, Baushan International, TISA Bank, CPAC, Kumul Consolidated Holdings, Pacific Lime and Cement, PNG Co, Kumul Mineral Holdings, Pagail, Ramonico, Ministry for International Trade and Investment, National Trade Office, and the Special Economic Zone at Roti.
This year we are going to go into China and announce negotiations for a comprehensive economic partnership agreement which will anchor trade and investment with China.
He also mentioned that the biggest investors of Papua New Guinea are from Guangzhou in China, citing the importance to hold a forum in the province and potentially market PNG resources, including agriculture, tourism, and fisheries, to encourage investment into PNG.
So this Forum and Trade Expo is part of a bigger package to anchor our future with China in terms of the relationship. We are going to take on China in the diplomatic front, in the trade investment front, and the relationship will be taken to a very different level.
Secretary of the Department of Trade and Investment, Jacinta Warakai Manua, described the forum as an opportunity for PNG to market its product.
This is only the second project that the ministry and the department is involved in promoting Papua New Guinea as a destination for investment, as well as opening markets for our products. The first was held in Japan last year when Prime Minister officiated.
Maru emphasized that the investment will go a long way in helping the country. Mason Luis, TVWAN News.
The BSP insight on trade and foreign exchange indicated that China remains the largest importer of Papua New Guinea's products, especially petroleum gas, nickel mets, and raw timber, with PNG's total exports to China now exceeding $4 billion. That's about 17.1 billion kina.
BSP Financial Group General Manager Corporate Banking Daniel Font highlighted this yesterday, August 19, 2026, during the announcement of the anchor sponsors of the inaugural PNG China Business Forum and Trade Expo.
Our insights suggest the key drivers have included petroleum gas, nickel mats and rough wood, with nickel mat exports alone increasing by more than 200% year-on-year. China remains PNG's largest export destination, with total exports now exceeding $4 billion, while imports from China stand at $1.3 billion, And the important factor is that this is a strong and sustained trade surplus for Papua New Guinea.
This surplus is valued around 2.7 billion US dollar. That's about 11.5 billion kina for Papua New Guinea over the years of trade between the two countries. In simple context, PNG sells more goods to China than it buys from them, citing exceptional returns of foreign exchange inflows into the economy.
Over the past year, PNG's exports to China have risen sharply, reaching $232 million in June this year, which is a 49% increase from the same period last year.
PNG in turn imports goods from construction machinery to rice and industrial equipment to help support infrastructure development, food security, and private sector growth.
These flows reflect a relationship that is deepening, broadening, and delivering tangible benefits for both our economies.
Going forward, BSP is focused on three priorities, including deepening sectoral partnership in energy, agriculture, manufacturing, and infrastructure, supporting MSMEs to participate in bilateral trade, and strengthening institutional cooperation to ensure sustainable and transparent investment flows. BSP's support of the forum reaffirms its commitment to support trade facilitation, investment flows, and cross-border business activity. Mason Lewis, TVWAN News.
Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, has criticized the overseas business forums between Papua New Guinea and Australia that have been going on over the past 41 years and failed to deliver tangible outcomes expected by the country.
Minister Maru took aim at PNG Australia business forums that occurred twice per year, which he claimed had no impacts to the economy. He said the attention should be shifted to China, since they are the biggest trading partner of PNG.
Similar events have been held between the PNG and Australia Business Council for 41 years in a row. Every year now we go to Australia 3 times for business forums. Twice in Brisbane and once in November, early December in Sydney. And yet, China is our biggest and most important trading partner. Doesn't make sense, does it? Recently, we've signed defense partnership agreements between the US, a country who hardly trades with us, and Australia. It is interesting. Australia's biggest trading partner is China. New Zealand's biggest trading partner is China. They come to us and talk about geopolitics, but they do business with China. It's high time PNG woke up and saw the reality. Our future as an economy and as a country is definitely with China. We make no apologies for that. Our current two-way trade between our two countries is 17 billion kina and growing. Right now we have 1 million young people without jobs.
Maru of the inaugural PNG-China Business Forum and Trade Expo will further strengthen the PNG-China relationship and the outcomes of the forum to fruition. Maru further warned that if the country failed to secure investors in the years to come, the impact would not only fall on the economy, but the future generations as well, citing the need to change the traditional approach of doing business. Mason Lewis, TVWAN News.
While the number of companies that submitted bids for the Papua LNG engineering, procurement and construction packages is not publicly available, South Korea's Daewoo Engineering and Construction was selected as the preferred bidder for the central processing facility and well pads package for the Papua LNG project. Daewoo ENC announced its selection on the 13th of August.
The announcement of Daewoo Engineering and Construction as the main contractor for the engineering, procurement and construction of the Papua LNG Central Processing Facility and the well pads comes approximately 4 years after being named the winning bidder for the front-end engineering and design phases 1 and 2 in July 2022. Daewoo was selected after Total Energy reopened and expanded the bidding process to a larger panel of international and Asian contractors to reduce capital costs. The initial EPC bids were called for around 2024, but were rejected after the developer found the proposed costs were too high. It then relaunched and expanded the tender process to new contractors, including extra Asian firms, leading to the selection of Daewoo E&C. Daewoo will independently execute the full engineering, procurement, supply, construction, and commissioning process for the central processing facility and auxiliary facilities. The CPF and related infrastructure will process and treat natural gas produced from the Elk Antelope gas fields before supplying it to the liquefaction plant at Cochin Bay near Port Moresby. Daewoo EC brings significant international LNG construction experience. The South Korean contractor has worked on LNG processing plants, pipelines, and related infrastructure in several countries, including previous projects in PNG. According to Business Korea, the selection of Daewoo E&C was based on the technological capabilities accumulated through successful execution of large-scale overseas CPF projects in countries such as Nigeria and Algeria. They were also selected because of their level of understanding of the business environment, including local topography and climate. An official from Daewoo E&C told Business Korea that their understanding of the project came from participating in the FEED stage. Ruth Rongola, TVWAN News.
Prime Minister James Marape has called on two neighboring Melanesian countries, PNG and Solomon Islands, to turn their long-standing political, historical and cultural relationship into stronger trade, investment, business partnerships, job and shared economic prosperity. Marape said this when he opened the inaugural Papua New Guinea Solomon Islands Business Investment Forum in Honiara, Solomon Islands yesterday.
Speaking under the theme From Opportunity to Investment, Building the PNG Solomon Islands Growth Corridor, Prime Minister James Marape said PNG and Solomon Islands must increase collaboration to build stronger and more self-reliant economies. He said Papua New Guinea since 2019 has been working on moving away from long-term dependence on aid and grants by developing the wealth of its own land, seas, and people, and encourage Solomon Islands and other Melanesian nations to pursue the same journey towards greater economic independence. The Prime Minister emphasized that PNG and Solomon Islands are permanent neighbors connected by geography, history, culture, and people-to-people relationship, and should use those foundations to build stronger government-to-government and business-to-business partnerships.
The full workforce must be seen as a number one resource amidst us. Solomon Islanders, you are practitioners of high-quality, skilled, and educated workforce. We want to encourage you to continue on managing this space. Your 700 to 800,000 people have high propensity, and you can easily migrate into properly skilled citizens of our region at the earliest. That could be beneficial to both PNG workforce and work need, as well as the regional. And I want to thank.
He encouraged Papua New Guinean companies operating in the Solomon Islands to help grow investors and businesses to explore opportunities in Papua New Guinea. Marape identified fisheries, mining, agriculture, energy, infrastructure, tourism, financial services, telecommunications, and downstream processing as major areas where the two countries can cooperate and invest together. He placed particular emphasis on the enormous fisheries resources of both countries, particularly building greater domestic processing, manufacturing, and value-adding capacity to create employment and retain more economic benefits for their people.
The Solomon Islands and Papua New Guinea, look at your oceans. There in it is endless supply of wealth. We follow the Melanesian Ocean Corridor, have sustainable fisheries management practice. We will not be beggars in our own islands, in our own seas.
Mason Luis, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. Among stories after the break, over 400 delegates attend Low Asia Conference and new police headquarters for Oro.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Oh, what a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this.
And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who'll get there? Lokara, he's over. What a try. All the emotions are flowing. Jubilation, ecstasy. What a game.
Sabe tu awesome condom and one way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy? Tingim, use condom long right way. Stop safe na look out you yet. Use condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldsport brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly Goldsport.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
Welcome back. Amid growing concerns over climate change, corruption, and environmental degradation, more than 400 delegates from across the Asia-Pacific region have convened in Port Moresby Law Association for Asia or Law Asia Environment Conference to strengthen the environmental rule of law.
Under the theme, the environmental rule of law, what it is, how it is implemented, what are its threats, what are its institutions, and how it can be upheld. The three-day conference aims to offer a dynamic platform for learning, dialogue, collaboration, and capacity building in the field of environmental law in PNG and the Asia-Pacific region. Deputy Chief Justice Ambek Kandekasi, when opening the conference, said the greatest threat to the environment is not the absence of law, but the absence of enforcement.
To the environment is not the absence of law, but the absence of fidelity to the law and its enforcement.
He said environmental law lies at the heart of constitutional governance and its future must be preserved.
The environment law was only an optional unit. It had a modest space in law schools and law books. It was commonly regarded as a specialist branch, perhaps, of administrative law or other fields of law. Some thought it is only to do with permits and license, and that's it. Today, environmental law is central. It's far more central and far more fundamental.
Chief Justice Segip Salika said PNG is an environmentally resourced country and often faces significant threats
to its environmental law from corruption and climate change, among others.
Of the environment, rule of law is not found in what is written, it is found in what is implemented. Good environmental laws that are ignored, selectively enforced, or undermined by corruption offer little protection of future generations. The challenge for every society is not merely to enact environmental legislation, but to ensure that it is respected and applied consistently.
He called on participants to identify the risks associated with environmental law and create meaningful dialogue on how to mitigate consequences that may affect the legality of the environment in PNG and the Asia-Pacific region. Laosa President Tiong Liang Ep acknowledged PNG judiciary for hosting this important conference, saying it demonstrates the country's commitment to strengthening the environmental rule of law and ensure its natural resources are protected and safeguarded for future generations to benefit.
Thank you to the Papua New Guinea Center for Judicial Excellence, the Judiciary of Papua New Guinea, the Papua New Guinea Law Society, the Law Asia Environmental Law Committee, chaired by the Honourable Justice Brian Preston, and the Law Asia Secretary for the excellent organization of this event.
Meanwhile, the conference will end tomorrow with the official closing remarks by the Governor-General Grand Chief Zebob Dadai. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
Kokoda Station is undergoing transition to become a town. To support this, the Oro provincial government has applied for official town status to secure necessary resources and tourism development in the province.
Kokoda Station, just a 2-hour drive from Popondetta town in Northern Province, is set to undergo a major transformation. The Oro provincial government plans to upgrade the station to a town. Governor Gary Jufa said the upgrade will allow the area to receive much-needed resources and services.
We've put in the town roads have all been, the station roads have all been sealed, and we've also put in an application with the Department of Provincial and Local Level Government for Kokoda Station to be upgraded to Kokoda Town, so that it can, as a recognized town, it can then be, accorded the appropriate benefits, resources that are needed to maintain such a town.
Jufa added that the provincial government managed to secure an approval from both PNG and the Australian government under a partnership to seal the Kokoda Highway. The project will be implemented under the Connect PNG program with the support from the Transport Sector Support Program.
Some time, but finally we are there. The agreement was done, and the 37 kilometers of unsealed roads starting at Mbara all the way to Kokoda Station will be sealed, commencing, I believe, in January. I'm estimating this. I'm not an engineer, so I can't make those type of specific estimates, but from what I understand, the process now that's undertaken is the scoping process. So a company has been engaged to carry out the scoping, and once that's done, in January onwards, they will be actually commencing the sealing.
Governor Jufa added that the upgrade is part of a broader plan to develop Kokoda into a major tourism destination.
It's an iconic highway, and many prime ministers past have promised to seal this highway, and I'm very pleased to say that this Prime Minister, thanks to the Mara Barroso government, has made the effort to ensure that this commitment has been met.
Until the sealing project commences, Jufa said that about 9 million kina in maintenance is expected to keep the road in serviceable condition. Salome Alman, TVWAN News.
The Oro provincial government launched the construction of a new provincial police headquarters in Popondetta today. This development marks a significant milestone in improving public safety across the province.
The old provincial police headquarters, built in the 90s, was decommissioned to pave way for new infrastructure development.
This police station, provincial police headquarters, was erected and opened in the 90s, early 90s, 1990, and it was condemned in 2024. Now, this decommissioning of the provincial police headquarters paves way for the reconstruction and of a new building, and this will put us into a new picture, new motivation, new commitment to policing in the province.
Deputy Police Commissioner Dr. Philip Mitna outlined how the new facility will assist law and order in the province with the increase of police numbers. Host Governor Gary Jufa emphasized on the allocation of funds for policing this year. The construction of the new police headquarters will commence in the next 2 to 3 weeks and is scheduled to finish in the first quarter of next year. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Police Minister Sir John Pundari was in Leh today, where he addressed police personnel from the Morobe Provincial Police Headquarters, the Leh Metropolitan Command and Northern Mobile Group. In his address, he applauded the law enforcers for always putting their lives on the line, especially those that have given decades of service to the country.
A parade was hosted at Leh Top Town this morning in honor of the visiting police minister, Sir John Pundari. Sir John was met by the police hierarchy in the province, including Morobe Provincial Police Commander, Chief Superintendent Samson Siguyaru, who was the parade host and was also acting on behalf of the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Northern Command, Peter Guinness, who will be leaving the force soon after 51 years of service. Flanked by Leh Metropolitan Commander, Chief Superintendent Chris Kunyanban, and Northern Mobile Group Commander, Chief Inspector Henry Ereman, the police minister entered the arena where he was escorted by the parade host, Chief Superintendent Siguyaru, and Parade Commander, Senior Inspector Paul Naka, to inspect the parade. Sir John shared that as the son of a police officer, he fully understands the sacrifices that police personnel and their families make. He made special mention of ACP Guinness for serving the country for 51 years with distinction, integrity, and courage.
I'd like to thank you on behalf of the Marabe Rosso government for your relentless love for your country and the service that you have provided since you joining this constabulary. Our Assistant Commissioner of Police, Peter Guinness, you have served more than 50 years in the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, and today as your minister, representing the Marabe Rosso government. And from the bottom of my heart, as a son of a policeman myself, I want to say thank you for your services to your people and to the country you love and you took the oath to serve. Thank you, and thank you.
The police minister also mentioned and thanked other police officers in Morobe who will be retiring soon, including Finchafen Police Station Commander, Senior Inspector Yonga Yawangan. He gave the assurance that Police Commissioner David Manning has prioritized the pensions of retirees and they are progressively addressing the backlogs of retirement entitlements. Kamala Guare, TVWAN News, Leh.
And now the finance report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2260 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2185 US, 0.3029 Australian dollars, 0.1790 euro, and 34.28 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York closed, oil closed higher, except coffee closed lower and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Talk Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Buying PNG made.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Guest! Oh no! And the bathroom smells like this!
A fancy hand wash, come to the front! Loofah older than Uncle Foofa! Please hide behind! Last year's face wash, time to cover your face!
You can hide all that junk, sure, but how will you hide the smell anymore?
Godrej Air Pocket!
Wow! With Power Gel technology, keeps the bathroom fresh for up to 30 days. Godrej Air Pocket. Bye-bye bad smell. Hello sweet fragrance.
Ready for the world, so is your TISA Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go, Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new TISA Visa card.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. Smile throughout your day with Colgate.
Welcome back. Turning overseas, NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter has captured the sharpest views yet of a crater carved by a Crescent SpaceX rocket. Earlier this month, the upper stage of a SpaceX rocket plowed into the moon after drifting through space for more than a year. The first crater appears to be 18 meters across and less than 3 meters deep. Dark and bright streaks are clearly visible, animating like butterfly wings from the crater. The darker lines represent excavated material that was close to the surface and shaped by eons of solar wind, cosmic rays, and micrometeorite strikes. The brighter rays indicate fresh rocks and dirt that were held from further down. Scientists are hailing a breakthrough in the treatment of melanoma. A large late-stage trial has found an experimental drug had an impact on one of the deadliest forms of skin cancer returning. The drug uses mRNA technology that first rose to prominence in some COVID-19 vaccines. The study's principal investigator, Professor George Long, says it's an exciting moment in cancer therapy.
In this particular trial, it was melanoma patients who had what we call very high risk resectable melanoma, stage 2, right up to stage 4. They had their melanoma completely removed by surgery. But the problem with melanoma is you can do a great surgical resection. You can remove all the melanoma we can see. However, the nasty thing about melanoma and many other cancers is they can come back after you've had good surgical clearance because the cancer cells get into the bloodstream early on, almost before you even notice the first lump. So what we did in this trial is we took those patients who'd had surgical resection of all their melanoma and we randomized them either to receive our standard immunotherapy, pembrolizumab in this case, or Keytruda, versus the same drug, pembrolizumab, Keytruda, with a personalized mRNA vaccine made just for that individual patient's tumor. This is a world first. It's the first trial to show a benefit. The full results will be presented in October at the European Society of Medical Oncology and will be published at that time so you can see exactly the size of that benefit. But this is a real landmark moon landing, a change in approach to cancer.
India's capital is betting on electric vehicles to help clean up its toxic air. From next year, Delhi will stop registering new petrol and gas-powered rickshaws. And from 2028, the same will apply to new petrol and diesel scooters and motorbikes. But for the people who make a living behind the wheel, the switch comes at a cost.
They're one of the most recognisable sights and sounds of Delhi, and they're about to change.
So we knew the new EV policy is coming, but the content took us by surprise, and I said very pleasantly surprised.
In an effort to curb Delhi's notoriously poor air quality, the government has announced all new three-wheeled vehicles must be electric from next year, kicking in for scooters and motorbikes in 2028.
If you look at data, estimates vary between 1/3 to 50% contribution coming from transport. Two-wheelers and three-wheelers are the largest source, followed by trucks, buses, and then cars. The success of it would not only define the air pollution battle in Delhi, but also for the rest of the country.
But for rickshaw drivers like Suraj Kumar Gupta, it won't be an easy switch. The 50-year-old has been weaving his passengers through the city's traffic for more than 20 years and earns about $10 a day. If I buy a new one at my age, he says, I'll grow old paying off the interest on the loan I will need. Suraj's current rickshaw is already registered, so he isn't being forced to buy an EV next year. But when he does make the change, he's worried charging the batteries will cost him income. It takes 5 minutes to fill this up with a passenger, he says. Will that be possible in an EV?
Delhi has over 1,000 charging stations, but many of them face technical issues, like this one. This machine holds 14 batteries, and it says there are 4 ready. But the machine won't release any because another message pops up saying none are available.
Indrajit Sachdeva leads a welfare association for rickshaw drivers and says issues like this mean the government needs to give the industry more time. We need proper infrastructure, he says, so auto drivers can recharge their batteries without wasting working hours. An ambitious plan that's a tough sell for some behind the wheel.
A parliamentary committee investigating discrimination and bullying in Tasmanian schools in Australia found shortcomings in support, training and mental health care. The inquiry's final report says gender and sexually diverse students and those with disabilities were disproportionately affected by bullying, harassment and discrimination. It also found Catholic Education Tasmania discriminated against some staff members, a claim the organisation denies.
Earlier this year, transgender teen Emily Courtney shared her experience at St Patrick's College with a parliamentary committee investigating discrimination and bullying in Tasmanian schools.
Issues like segregation at camps of being put in a corner 100 metres away from everyone else. Separation, being unable to compete in athletic carnivals or any sports, even if they're non-competitive.
The inquiry's final report makes 55 findings, including that transgender or gender diverse students in Tasmanian schools are not always appropriately supported. Some students with disability aren't given appropriate accommodations, and Catholic Education Tasmania has discriminated against staff on the basis of sexual orientation and marital status.
It says what we have been saying for years, and that is that there is systemic discrimination and bullying against LGBTIQA+ staff and students in Tasmanian schools.
No kid should fear going to school, feeling that dread and anxiety that they're going to be bullied or harassed at school.
The two government members, Michael Ferguson and Mark Shelton, dissented, writing that while they agreed with the central proposition, the report went too far. They pointed to a statement from a witness that wasn't included in the report, which said families may choose faith-based schools for other reasons, but nonetheless accept the faith environment. Catholic Education Tasmania commended the dissenting statement and said it would continue to review and improve its schools. Attention now turns to the government's response to the inquiry's 33 recommendations, which include funding the Anti-Discrimination Commissioner to perform widespread training in schools and increasing specialist support staffing.
I now call on the Rockcliffe government to defend its gold-class anti-discrimination laws, stand up for Tasmanians, say discrimination is wrong.
In a dream world, I'd hope that every child would be able to walk through the school gates and not have to worry about being attacked for who they are.
Back home, as climate patterns continue to change, the need for climate-resilient infrastructure has never been greater. The National Department of Education launched its Resilient School Infrastructure Policy and Manual, a framework designed to safeguard classrooms against disasters and climate change.
The director of the National Disaster Center, Lasso Mana, commended the initiative, stressing that schools must serve as safe havens in times of crisis.
The National Disaster Center believes this policy and manual will ensure that investment in school infrastructure is prioritized and in itself an investment in disaster preparedness and response, one that ultimately safeguards the safety and well-being of those population at risk during disasters and emergencies.
From the South Pacific Community, Project Manager M.N. Timmermans praised PNG's leadership and pointed to the practical tools that can be shared with other Pacific nations.
So SPC is honored to have had the opportunity to support this country-led process and to work with such a highly motivated and accomplished team. To be honest, such was the strength of the country leadership that SPC played a relatively minor role. With our support mainly restricted to funding, procurement and some technical vetting.
Dr. Ernst Lambert from European Union reinforced the importance of adapting resilience frameworks to local realities. The project is funded by European Union.
When you want to work on quality of education, you need to set standards and you need to monitor them. And indeed, infrastructure standards are part and parcel of what you're doing. And I really do hope, I will not elaborate too much, but indeed you have standards for quality, you have standards for teachers, for teacher deployment, etc. So I really hope that those standards that you put in this manual find their way to be linked to other standards in general where you monitor the system and then to see how things work.
Overseeing the launch on behalf of the Secretary, Acting Deputy Secretary for the Schools Directorate, Valipe Wingi, congratulated the department and highlighted the importance of implementation.
The PNG Resilient Schools Infrastructure Policy will ultimately contribute
to a stronger, safer, more inclusive and climate resilient education system that supports the government's broader education priorities and the successful implementation of the education policy system.
The policy is based on 7 pillars: safe learning environments, standardized designs, coordinated planning and budgeting, alignment, and the 166 education reform, strong partnerships, climate resilience, and inclusivity. Officials stress that resilience is not limited to construction but requires regular maintenance, rehabilitation, and community ownership to protect investments. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, Falau Bakes Chiefs and Record Clubs Open set for 10th anniversary.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
Cold Power Citrus Blast uses stain-fighting active particles to remove dirt, grease and stains from your family's washing with less scrubbing and rubbing, reducing wear and tear and saving you time. Cold Power Citrus Blast has an amazing citrus fragrance that gives that extra freshness that will last all day long.
Papa come close to Laos. Kaya no ready yet. Mak blame Belatia. Mom's too glorasta. Suppose him no ready. Ayo. Lepas him the pups. I'm sure him way blue me'll get that.
He finds Johnston. Johnston with some room to move. Alex Johnston. He kicks it again. This should be a try. Alex Johnston in.
It's an unstoppable rush. Taking that extra mile, pushing beyond the limit, and making it happen. Fueling the passion for rugby and empowering the next generation. Feel the power.
One team looking to regain its crown, the other looking to tighten its grip on the finals race. Two powerhouses, one battle. Storm versus Panthers. Let the war begin.
It's a very, very crucial match here. Yeah, it's now or never.
Now looking for runners and he's gone over and scored. It's Williams around. Durant goes over, one-on-one. Another try for the Portuguese Vipers. Oh, what is happening?
The Eagles are in town.
During his recent visit in Port Moresby, Dual Code International Israel Falau expressed his passion and support for the PNG Chiefs as the franchise prepares for its historic entry into the NRL.
Falau travelled to Port Moresby to play for the Valley Hunters in a Capital Rugby Union fundraiser match at the Sir John Guy Stadium, reuniting on the field with his former Wallabies teammate Will Gania. When giving his personal thoughts on the PNG Chiefs, Falau backed the growth of the game in the region explicitly voicing his support for the PNG Chiefs' upcoming entry into the professional competition NRL in 2028.
Exciting for obviously Papua New Guinea. They've had some really good signings recently, so looking forward to seeing the Chiefs come into the NRL. I think it's exciting for the nation. It's just a good time for rugby league, I guess. The Chiefs is going to be great, not only for Papua New Guinea, but it'll be great for the whole Pacific as well. So just bringing more awareness to rugby league and the sport. So I think it'll be great. It's only going to be good for the game.
The dual coach star has recently rejected an offer to return to rugby league after his highly publicized falling out with the West Tigers, who was set to offer him an NRL contract before June 30 deadline, but pulled out of negotiations.
Obviously the Tigers reached out. They were interested, but obviously didn't go through with the commission turning that down. So it's a bit unfortunate, but in saying that, it's I'm enjoying life now. I'm based back in Brisbane, and just enjoying my time off with the family, and just having some time off. This year I'm sort of taking a year off. I'll just relax a bit and just reassess my options. But at the moment I've just got a bit of free time, so it's good. Yeah.
Folau said coming to PNG has been fun and engaging, and is hopeful that he returns in some other capacity to help in the development of both Codes Rugby Union and Rugby League.
I said it's my first time here in Papua New Guinea. I love it. It's been great, and hoping that there's many more opportunities to come here and hopefully help out the sport, both sports, I guess. Both league and union, having a background in that in some way or shape. It'd be great to give back.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
13 coaches from the New Guinea Islands region participated in the Better Development Coaching and Youth Development Coaching courses, further strengthening their coaching capacity across the region. The two-day workshop focused on key coaching principles and rugby league fundamentals, including defensive systems, attacking shapes, effective drills, delivery, and a range of other important coaching concepts. The courses were delivered by Southern and NGI Academy Manager Tariq Houcher and PNG RFL Education and Training Manager Sam Peter King. The program continues to increase the number of accredited coaches across the country, helping build a stronger and more competitive coaching network throughout the NGI region. The Cricket PNG management and tournament officials have extended their gratitude to the Thailand women national cricket team for travelling to Port Moresby for the August 2026 bilateral ODI series against the PNG Levels at Amini Park.
The tournament started August 10 with the ODI T20 Internationals, followed by 350 over matches that concluded Monday, August 17, where Thailand took out the whole series. In the T20 series, Thailand shared 1-1 with PNG, while in the 50-over series, Thailand won 3-0. During a short presentation on Monday, Tournament Director Michael Harrison thanked both teams for putting on some quality cricket, especially the visiting Thailand national women's team that provided crucial high-level international exposure for the PNG Lovers as they look to build their ODI status and refine world rankings against a strong Asian Pacific competitor.
It was great to see the Cricket Board of Thailand let their team come here in such short notice. It was great competition for our Laywers, who missed out on a tournament postponed this month, so great practice for them. Unfortunately, we only won one T20 match, and congratulations in Thailand for all the work they've done. To the staff at Cricket PNG, to the media, and to all the sponsors that helped with the event, we thank you very much for all your time and what you do for us. Thank you.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The Port Moresby Rackets Club Open will celebrate its 10th anniversary this weekend, with more than 80 entries expected in both tennis and squash. The three-day tournament will also serve as a ranking tournament for the PNG Tennis and PNG Squash Federations as athletes prepare for the 2027 Pacific Games in Tahiti. A new 100-plus doubles tennis category has attracted 11 teams from within PNG and abroad, adding another exciting feature to the competition on the weekend. The Port Moresby Rackets Club Tennis and Squash Director, Anna Togolo, said the tournament is important for the club and its athletes as 2026 represents the 10th anniversary of the POM RC Open. The three-day event represents the best of this club and of the courts. The major prize for the winners in tennis and squash will be 2,000 kina. A lot of tennis and squash actions are expected from participants. Togolo further stated that the tournament will highlight the progress of the club's junior development program. She said the Open is also when the club will see the positive impact of the POM RC junior development program, with the juniors starting their journey towards representing their country. The POM RC Open continues to provide an important platform for established players and emerging juniors to gain valuable competition experience. Fiji Bati captain and Melbourne Storm forward Tui Kamikamica has announced that he will retire from the NRL effective immediately on medical grounds. His absence will leave Fiji Bati on the lookout for a new captain. Tui Kamikamica had a stroke in March and has not played a game since. This has forced him to medically retire from professional rugby league.
Says I've come up with the first try.
He finishes his career with 142 NRL appearances for Melbourne Storm and 23 test matches for Fiji. When announcing his retirement, Tui told 9 News Australia that he is proud of everything he's been able to achieve in the game, representing the Storm and captaining his country, Fiji, at the international level. He was heavily involved in the Storm's 2025 Rugby League Grand Final, where they lost to Brisbane Broncos. He was also inspirational to the Fijian national team throughout the Pacific Championship. Tui's retirement will now leave Fiji Bati on the lookout for a new captain, thanks to his service over the years in the Fiji colours. Viliame Kikau from Bulldogs and Api Koroisau from West Tigers are the main captaincy candidates for the 2026 Rugby League World Cup. The Fiji Bati has been drawn to play Cook Islands in Newcastle on October 18th, Australia in Townsville on October 25th, before finishing the pool game against New Zealand Kiwis in Gold Coast on October 31st. And now the weather report. In regional forecast, southern Port Moresby, Kerema and Popondetta, sunny, mostly clear skies. Mamase, Lae, sunny, mostly clear skies. Wewak, partly cloudy, clear skies. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, partly cloudy, with possible brief showers by evening. KVN, Kimbe and Buka, sunny, mostly clear skies. And Highlands region, Mount Hagen, Mediterranean Wabeg, partly cloudy to clear skies. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas moderate to patches rough with southeast winds at 20 to 30 knots. Solomon Sea, seas rather rough to rough with southeast winds at 20 to 25 knots, increasing to 33 knots west of 152 degrees east. Bismarck Sea, sea slight over the western sector of 146 degrees east, becoming rough to very rough east of 146 degrees east, with southeast to southwest winds at 15 to 25 knots, reaching to 33 to 45 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas rough to patches very rough with southerly winds at 25 to 33 knots, with stronger gusts. And coastal waters forecast, waters from Finsafen through Vitiaz and Dampier Straits to CRC and Long Islands and West New Britain, seas 2 to 3 meters, rising to 4 meters in open waters. Waters of New Ireland to East and West New Britain, seas 2 to 3 meters, rising to 4 meters over gale warning areas. And that's been another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by